So what is the bottom line here? Basically, I think most of us doing this work also do this, use what we just call a multidimensional model to use what has shown to be effective. And right now, that again includes the in vivo graduated exposure, possible use of some adjunct medications, and a few of the other protocols I've mentioned. But always remember, in our book, we talk about good old Yankee ingenuity, meaning that other people have been helped in different ways, ranging from simply reading our book, which, it was meant as a self-help book, so that makes sense, to techniques including using herbal or aromatherapy, which apparently has helped a few people, and smelling salts. That's another way of inducing someone to get up. So this is not a completely exhaustive list in terms of what I shared. So where do we go from here? What is our future direction as an organization, the International Paruresis Association, trying to help people overcome this problem? Well, there's a few items. I think much more work needs to be done in understanding the etiology, the prevalence, and of course, best treatment approaches to dealing with this social anxiety disorder. We still have not had the gold test done where we would have experimental groups and try treatments on one and no treatments on others to more definitively tell us that, yes, we're on the right track here. We do have suggestive data, and there's at least a few articles about this, of how cognitive behavioral therapy techniques have seemed to help people in individual sessions or workshops. But again, it's suggestive and not definitive. Another big question is, again, trying to figure out whether paruresis is a social phobia only, a simple phobia only, some form of OCD only, or a combination of all, and perhaps, in a more complicated view of things, that different people have different causes or reasons for having paruresis, which therefore reinforces the point that individual treatment plans need to be developed to be most effective to help people. So can one treatment model fit all? Probably not, even though, again, we have some good evidence that the cognitive behavioral approach and using in vivo desensitization, graduated exposure with people is helpful. Finding the magic pill, well, I don't see that around the corner, but it is possible that in the next decade or so, as we develop better understandings of the dynamics of micturition and how it affects paruresis, that we will hopefully find, if not a medication, perhaps several medications. If anyone has seen the Bladder commercial that Saturday Night Live did, it will give you a sense of what I'm talking about. This magical pill or combination of medications that could help people go urinate. It would seem to make sense because there are now medications that help people with overactive bladder. But as was explained to me, the reverse problem, that is being able to go, especially under stressful situations, is a whole nother ball of wax. Of course, we're going to continue our mission to educate the public, raise consciousness around this issue, and in particular, focus on urologists and family practitioners to help educate them about this problem and the effective treatment approaches. We've already developed a relatively small treatment providers network that is listed under Shy Bladder Therapists at the paruresis.org site or shybladder.org site. And the list is expanding. These are people who have helped a significant number of others with the problem and know the methods and techniques that we use. And the last thing is we continue to work on setting up self-help groups, not just in the US, but across the world. Wherever I or others do workshops, we try to leave a support group in place, whether it's in the US or somewhere overseas. And now, with being in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been doing virtual workshops. And I should mention that these have shown to be almost as effective as the in-person workshops, which is a bit surprising, but we've innovated as needed. And then we hope to be able to start up in-person workshops again in the second half of 2021, based on what happens with the virus and vaccinations. So stay tuned. Keep checking our website for the latest updates and information. And there's also a place where you're able to join and become a member of our organization and continue to grow our Paruresis family. Thank you for your time, and we will continue to post hopefully informative videos for those of you who are suffering from this disorder.